So this is what Deku was Red Hood / Jason Todd Part 2. Now guys, I already texted, or more or less commented back to a commenter on Part 1 on new Part 2 now. It was a couple of days ago, probably a week ago, but yet again, dude, I always deliver eventually, so you're always going to get the what if eventually. Now guys, I still am working on a certain what if that a what ifer requested like months ago. It's basically what if Deku was a dinosaur. I am gonna be uploading that tonight with along with another what if based off Daybreak. If you don't know what Daybreak is, it's basically a TV show on Netflix. If you guys are under the age of 13, do not watch Daybreak. Please do not. I'm 13, so do not watch Daybreak because Daybreak, violence, language, and wait, was it? What was it again? It was violence, language, and gore. Basically, he has a lot of cussing, a lot of language. I mean, like pretty much a good Deadpool mixed with kick ass with a little dash of basically, yeah, a little dash of um Wolverine in there. Like it's a lot of cussing, no cap. But guys, if you're experienced with cussing and gore and all of this stuff, watch it because Daybreak is basically just an apocalyptic world, like a version of my Apocalypse What If. Because my Apocalypse What If was the first What If that got me popped off. Now, or got me, sorry, it sounded really long. Got me, started into the What If business, or What If, hobby. So basically, I'm going to talk more about Daybreak and the what if I'm dropping tonight, but also, let's get into the what if. So basically, last left off where Deku went back home after doing a little vigilante work in the streets of Gotham. And in this universe, Gotham is a part of Japan in this universe. So basically, Deku, accidentally killed somebody in an alleyway, his first, mugger he was stopping that night. He killed him, accidentally kicking him into a building, kicking him into a trash can or a dumpster. Yeah, a dumpster, and his neck cracked on the edge of the dumpster. He just thought he got knocked out and just ran off. So basically, that morning, Deku was in his bed, a little bit bruised up because he did almost get, overhanded, like, overpowered by, a couple of thug lords. So basically, I want to go back in detail what thug lords Deku was, dealing with. Now, Deku is going to be dealing with, My Hero Academia villains and also Batman villains. Now, I think I did do a what if like this. Like, what if Deku was Red Hood? Like a couple of... No, I did a what if on what if Deku was Robin, and I just, merged all the Robins in one. But yet again, I think Jason Todd's my favorite Robin, so no cap. So basically, Deku straight up just goes, to school the next day, and basically is getting ready for, school. So basically, Deku packs up his hero costume because he thinks he needs it for the day. Deku's dad said he doesn't need it for the day, and Deku says whatever, and pretty much brings it anyways. So basically, Deku goes to school the next day, and basically, they start talking about the whole entire, situation with the whole entire, first day of UA. Deku goes to UA the next day, and basically once they're doing, hero costumes. So basically, Deku's hero costume, Deku already knew his hero costume, because, bada bing, bada pow, his suit. So, basically, Deku goes to school, Deku gets ready and gets in his hero costume, and basically, Deku has, I explained last what if, like, Deku has all the gadgets, the bow staff, electric batons, also he has some pocket knives and some BB guns, tucked away in the back of his utility belt. Pretty much Deku's equipped with everything Batman has and all the Robins ever had. Basically, Deku's decked out with gadgets that can straight up make somebody bleed, like, intensely. Deku even keeps an actual gun on him, just in case. Just one of those small little pistol things. So basically, Deku, gets ready, gets in his hero costume, and basically everybody's, complimenting Deku on his hero costume. They get ready in Deku's hero costume. I already explained in the last what if. It looks just like the costume in the Titans TV show that Jason Todd wore. Now, basically, you already know. I already explained in my last what if. I love Jason Todd. He's my favorite Robin. No cap. he is the best Robin, in my opinion. Don't be going in the comments being saying like, oh no, Tim Drake is the best Robin. I don't really care, bro. Your opinion is your opinion. You can have any opinion you want. You can think Fantastic Four, the Fox one, was a fantastic movie. But yet again, if that's your opinion, you're wrong. But yeah, so basically, Deku goes, you know, into the, room, and Deku's teamed up with Ochaku still, and Deku is, paired up against, Ida and Bakugo. Now, in this universe, Deku doesn't really want to beat up Ida, but yet again, he doesn't really care about Ida's feelings, so Ida's still gonna get his but handed to him, like in all my what ifs, because Ida's always getting kicked up, like he's always getting beaten up in all my what ifs. So if you guys want me to change that a little bit, you can go in the comments and ask. But yeah, so basically, guys, yet again, I don't even know what ship I'm gonna be shipping Deku with. Now later on my what ifs, I haven't really been active and really embracing myself into the whole entire whatchamacallit shipping thing. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna start, focusing more on my shipping. Now, my Deku, what if I actually completely forgot who Deku was shipped with? You guys, please, remind me in the comments. But yeah, so basically, Deku, in this universe, you guys can, choose who Deku gets shipped with. Please, guys, please, just please. You guys can go in the comments and tell me who should Deku be shipped with and all that other stuff. So basically, Deku goes, in there, and they get started. So Deku, pretty much just ditches Ochaku and sprints off. Deku sprinting and sprinting and sprinting, and eventually he becomes across Bakugo. Bakugo goes for, a huge, front flip kick towards Deku's face. Deku dodges it immediately, takes out a bow staff, and pretty much hits Bakugo right upside his neck, almost breaking his neck. Bakugo falls to the ground in, really, like, intense pain. Pretty much, Bakugo uses the leftover force of his explosions to blast himself up into the sky and shoot a huge explosion towards Deku. Deku dodges it and throws a batarang at Bakugo's gauntlet thing. It explodes Bakugo's gauntlet thing, and Deku throws more batarangs towards Bakugo. Bakugo dodges them and shoots off his other grenade hand, pulling the pin, shooting Deku through about two other walls until Deku, falls under some rubble. Now Deku put sorry guys, so Deku put extra pretty much body armor under his suit so he wouldn't get injured that much. Deku in this unit Deku now has a sprained ankle and also his left hand is fractured. Deku takes out a pretty much explosive batarang and pretty much waits, making Bakugo think he's knocked out. Bakugo about to take the tape and put it around Deku's foot that's poking out of the rebel, and pretty much out of nowhere, Deku uses leftover strength to push over the rebel and throw a batarang right into Bakugo's chest. What was it? Chest, collar, silver thing. You know, it sticks onto Bakugo's collar. Bakugo tries to take it off, hearing it beep, and pretty much it beeps, and it was a smoke bomb. Deku gets up, takes a baton, and pretty much whacks it so hard up Bakugo's head that he gets knocked out. Like, he gets yeeted across the room. Like, Deku uses all of his adrenaline to knock the literal doo-doo water out of Bakugo's face. Like, literally. Bakugo gets laid out. Like, no cap. Pretty much Deku pretty much walks off after that, limping a little bit, and actually, not moving his hand that much because it's fractured. Deku's looking up, and pretty much everybody's looking at Deku, and pretty much they have X-rays built into the camera, so they're seeing that Deku, has a broken, fractured hand, but he's still going. Pretty much Deku runs up there, and kicks down the door. So Deku gets ready and basically takes out two batons that are electrified now, and pretty much looks around. Ida, is running around. Deku can't really find him that much, but he does, see him. And Ida goes for, a super kick, a supercharged kick towards Deku. Deku dodges it, and pretty much Ochaku is in the building as well. It's the same, situation that Ochaku was doing, trying to catch Ida. Pretty much Deku starts jumping off of rubble that's in the ground. That's in the air, using his momentum to land on top of Ida on his back. Ida still ain't giving up and starts running around the room. Deku throws off a couple of smoke bombs then and there, making a huge puff of smoke on one side of the room. Ida runs towards the smoke in full speed like a dummy, and pretty much Deku, is perched on to one pillar with, X-ray or, night vision goggles so he can see through the smoke. Like, goggles that he can see through the smoke with. Pretty much Deku looks through it, and Deku has built-in lenses into his mask, so Deku can see through smoke and all sorts of other stuff. Like how Batman had that echolocation type of stuff on his mask or his helmet in Dark Knight Rising. So basically, Deku's looking around, and pretty much Ida, is, kicking thin air trying to find Deku. Ida eventually, gets smart, obviously, and pretty much just kicking the pillars trying to see if Deku is near the pillars. Deku eventually sees him coming, full, speed kick straight to the pillar, about to break it, but Deku jumps off the pillar, throws a batarang right into one of Ida's exhaust pipes, and pretty much Ida, bends down on his knee and pulls the batarang out of his exhaust pipe. Deku runs over to Ida, grabs his head, keeps him down, and pulls out two of his exhaust pipes out of his back of his calves. Literally just pulls them out. Then he starts pulling out the others, slowly, and pretty much, making so much blood, pop out. Ida, is yelling out in pain, and the teachers step in, take Deku, drag Deku away from Ida, and pretty much Ida says it's be okay. I don't know it's gonna be okay. Pretty much they take Ida to the doctor. Ida's family says that they'll grow back stronger this time actually, and pretty much Ida says what? That's actually a technique. So pretty much Ida, gets his, faster engines a lot more, well, earlier in the what if. So Ida's probably gonna have, is probably gonna fight Stain for a little bit longer until he goes out because he has the engine stuff now. So basically Deku, gets ready and pumped up, and pretty much he says that I won. And technically Deku did kind of win because Ida was taken down. It was either take down both of them or, touch the bomb. So basically Deku wins. Ochaku doesn't really do anything that much because Deku just did all of the work, just ditched Ochaku. So basically they start the what. So basically I'm actually not gonna end it off here. I'm gonna do a vigilante side, what if in this what if. So let's do it. So basically Deku goes vigilante ing into the streets, and pretty much Deku, notices that, everybody knows my hero costume, and Dad knows my hero costume, so I should probably, pick out a vigilante costume that no one really knows me in. So basically Deku picks out a vigilante costume, and Deku's alias or new, vigilante thing isn't the Red Hood, it's the Red Mark. Pretty much Deku is alias, the name he's making is called the Red Mark. Pretty much Deku, goes out in vigilante work every time after school, when he has free time. Pretty much, taking down crime in the nighttime. Deku's, taking out crime, stopping some muggers then and there, and eventually Deku comes across a drug deal. Deku, jumps into the, dire mix, and pretty much just, slowly taking out, goons then and there into the shadows. Pretty much Deku takes out his, a gun, like a straight up, pistol, the two pistols in his hand, because Deku did, get two pistols, from, a really secret facility vault in Batman's, lair, that Batman never really used guns, because, like, the room was, like, super dirty, and it was super dusty, because, like, it was never open, because Batman never uses guns. So Deku pretty much, clocks both of the guns up, and pretty much gets ready to, shoot. So pretty much Deku has two guns, fully loaded, two pocket knives, and also Deku has two batons that are actually in red silver. And basically Deku, is pumped up and about to, take them all out. Pretty much Deku sees a man in a in a green jacket and a weird bird mask. The man says, "So, you got my money?" And pretty much he says yes, and opens up a vault or some sort of case. Deku looks closer and uses his new, modified helmet he made for this vigilante thing and zooms in. Now, Deku's helmet since it's the red mark helmet, Deku basically built in a bunch of scene actions into the mask. And if the mask ever malfunctioned, Deku has a pretty much a red version of his Robin mask over his face, and also he has a bunch of red face paint all around his face. And also Deku dyes his hair black every time he goes out vigilante. So Deku already had black hair, so Deku basically dyes his hair green actually, um, for the whole entire thing. So basically, Deku dyes his hair red. Sorry guys, Deku dyes his hair red. So pretty much, Deku gets ready and pretty much they get started. They exchange, and Deku throws a batarang right at the man. The man grabs the batarang and pretty much disintegrates it, or it just fades away. Deku starts throwing batarangs at everybody, stabbing some of the villains and killing some of them, throwing the batarangs into their heads. Deku takes out both guns and shoots the other man that was giving the stuff to the other man, but it shot him straight in the chest, almost killing him. But a man with some sort of shadow power shoots Deku a couple feet out of here into the ocean. They sprint off, and pretty much Deku swims back to the docks where the thing was happening, and pretty much Deku slams his fist to the desk and said, "No, they got away." Pretty much, I'm gonna leave it off here, guys. Go in the comments if you know who I'm talking about. And now the man, or the green jacket man, isn't going to be introduced until the overhaul arc. And also, the man Deku shot was obviously Shigaraki, because the only person near Shigaraki is the Shadow Court guy, so obviously. So basically, yeah. So guys, see you guys later. Bye. Deuces. And as always, have a blessed day.